Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and this is huge. We knew that eventually the time was going to come that the crypto rules and regulations were gonna have to get tightened up as mass adoption kicks into gear for the crypto space. More rules, more regulations need to come in. And why do I start off with more rules and regulations being a good thing? Well, Ripple, XRP have been heavily involved in these conversations in the United States about legal clarity and getting regulatory clarity around the benefits of crypto and how to define cryptos, and is going to be massive for Ripple and XRP. So in this particular article, it talks about what has happened, the bills that have been passed. So the House has passed 6 financial service bills, including a ranking member, and like they're just speaking about it. And overall, more rules and more regulations is a fantastic thing for the entire industry. And the cryptos that are already either heavily involved in creating the rules and regulations, with which Ripple have been from day one, or simply their currency, their company, and their infrastructure already complies with these rules, which are going to come out, is going to be fantastic for them, and we can see them 10-20x as a result of it. Now, I do want to mention an article from back in 2018 that the US Treasury defined XRP as a currency, not a security. So back then, the US Treasury defined XRP as a currency, not a security. And now that these new rules are going to come into the industry, it is only going to explode the growth of Ripple and XRP within the entire crypto space. So it's very, very, very exciting. Now, while that's extremely exciting, we are sitting at $1.32 today. There is a deep analysis that we're going to go over about the prices. For those of you that weren't able to get into XRP before the pump, you may have one last opportunity before we kick off. But let's go over the numbers. So today we were at a low of 127 and a high of 143 throughout the day. We're currently sitting at 132, so almost in the middle of both. So over here, Investor 589, he's mentioned XRP holders, place your bets up or down. Well, at the moment, based on the charts and what I'm reading, I'm thinking that we might be going down before we go up. But it is expected based on the volume, and we'll go over that today and cover it off. So there are a couple of scenarios. So there's one scenario where we are, which is where we are right now, 32, 33, and then we bounce out of it and continue to rally up. There's another one though, and this is probably the one that I want you guys to pay most attention to, is that the red line. And the red lines are the things that I want you to focus on, because there is a very, not likely, but there is a strong possibility that you could have a new entry point at around 90 cents, even 85, 88 cents re-entry before we push out and continue to move forward. So I just want you to keep in mind that people lie, but numbers don't lie. And the numbers at the moment are saying that we could potentially be going down before we go up. So I want you guys to be prepared for that. So what is happening, and why it's happening. So I want to give you this particular example that dropping down and dropping below $1 even. The first target would be to go back up to 155, followed by 179, 210, and 240. So that would be the pattern that we would build on to then reach 240. So I just want you to be prepared for that, on what that looks like, because it's really, really, really important to understand that we could go down before we go up, but we are still bulls market. We're still going up. There is tons of exciting news coming out for XRP. So not to be warned, but load up your bags, because you've been asking for it and you might just get it. You might get one last opportunity before we kick off. Now, another scenario could be that we don't drop below $1. We just go simply to around 120, 124, bounce off, go to 138, bounce again to 126, 127 before we rally and really kick off the XRP bull market. This scenario is, for me, the most likely scenario. The dropping to 90 cents is a worst case scenario, and I want you to have all of them. There's no fairy tales here. I give it to you exactly how it is. No sugarcoating, no fairy dust, no $10,000 tomorrow flip the switch. I'm saying this is one of the most likely scenarios. So from tradingview.com, still bullish on the buy signal for XRP. As far as looking deeper into this pattern that is currently forming and that we are currently in, I think this could be most likely the scenario that we do. It was 22nd of April now, 23rd, 24th of April in Australia, 23rd of April in America, I think is really when we kick off and break out and then push forward to $2 and beyond. So a little bit of patience. However, if you've been sitting on the sidelines, then you could get your last opportunity to get in before we start to go towards 2, 3s and 4s and beyond. So exciting opportunity if you weren't able to jump in. Of course, some of us have been in for a while, and we're just simply holding now and waiting for the price targets that I have mentioned previously. But this is most likely the scenarios that are playing out at the moment, which we're going to be seeing happen over the next couple of days before we push out and break through. And I want to reiterate that we are going to break through and get to $2 and beyond. It is going to happen, but patience, again, is a very, very important skill set in this game. And like I mentioned, we may not go all the way down to $1 or 90 cents before we break out, but 120, 115, 110, they are not out of the question. They are certainly possibilities that could happen. And if they do happen and you haven't jumped on XRP, that would be probably your last opportunity. Other scenarios is that, as I mentioned earlier, we could go down to as low as 85, as low as 85 cents. That is a possibility, and it is something that I want you guys to be made aware of. In that case, then before we continue to bounce up, then we will be looking at 25, 26, 27th of April. So a few days away. And why am I mentioning this? A lot of the videos that you see on YouTube, talk about the $10,000 XRP and the $90,000 XRP and the $2 billion XRP and instant liquidity. Well, I mention it because knowledge is power. And while all the things that other channels and other people say is made to give you confidence in the long-term project, I like to approach things from, okay, I understand that one day we're going to get somewhere and it's going to be amazing. But what about today? Because I'm stressed out today about the price. So the reason why I'm coming to you with all these scenarios is because I do want you to have all different scenarios so that if the price does drop, you don't sit there going, oh God, they lied to me. It's falling apart. I must sell now at 85 cents. You would regret it. I'm not a financial advisor. Certainly no financial advice. But if we hit 85, just buy more, because that is going to be an amazing price to kick off the next phase of the bull run for XRP, which is the $2. So I just wanted to reiterate why I'm mentioning this. Now, another scenario that could play out, and there's a couple of options here as far as which way do we go. I mean, at the moment we're sitting at 132, so we're below this particular formation. But crazier things have happened. From here, there are two scenarios. We push to 158 over the next couple of hours or over the next 12 hours, or we drop down to, like I mentioned, 118, 120, that sort of price range. Probably the lowest that we will see is 113, but I did want to also mention to you the 85 cents and the 90 cents examples as you know, when the markets go down, they go down really hard, and I want you to be prepared that the downward trend of a coin causes a lot of stress for people, and a lot of them sell because they don't know what's going on. So that's why I wanted you to be prepared. So I think we could see 115, 120. And from a price action point of view, like I mentioned, I think the 23rd in America, the 24th in Australia is really when we're going to start to see XRP really kick off and restart its huge momentum towards its all-time high and beyond. Thank you. Hope you learned something new today. If you did like the video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I look forward to see you on the next one.